Hey, what's up guys? Tim here, and I'm just here to review the HP Elite X2 Generation 4 tablet. So this is an offering from HP that not many people know about, but it's a direct competitor to the Microsoft Surface and Surface Pro line. So this one has a Core i7 8th gen processor, Windows 10 of course, Elite X2, and I got the LTE version as well. So that has advanced 4G, advanced 4G or advanced LTE. It also came with the rechargeable active pen, which I have broken the tip of there. Unfortunately, it fell on itself, but I have charged it many times with this port here, and it's still working through here. So it charges with a USB-C connection, which is the same as the connection that comes with the tablet itself. And it magnetically connects to each side. Unfortunately, magnetic charging was not a thing when this tablet came out. But the main reason why I chose this particular tablet was because of the thin bezels which are available on a certain tablet size, which is the 13-inch one. So I'll just open it up so I can show you guys. So if we open up the tablet, here it is. I liked the thin bezels that they have on this particular one, which is on the G4 model. The previous HP had bezels that were about this thick on the left and the right as well, so it was quite a bit of a larger tablet. But just wanted to show you guys this detachable keyboard as well. So the trackpad is really good quality. It's probably right up there with an Apple trackpad quality, I would say. And the keyboard itself is excellent as well. So this is actually a metal keyboard. As you can see there, it's metal, and it's cool to the touch as well. So it's an illuminated keyboard. The keyboard feels really good. It feels like a really high quality laptop keyboard. And as I said before, this is a touchpad. It's a glass touchpad, and it actually feels really good. So this is a detachable keyboard, obviously, because this is a tablet. So you can detach it just like that, and then it goes into into tablet mode. So then you can use it for anything you want with the Windows 10 standard Windows 10 tablet experience. And I've found this is actually quite a good experience, and it has Bang & Olufsen speakers. So the audio quality and the video that you get out of this is actually pretty good, especially considering it excuse me. Especially considering it has a 3000 by 2000 pixel display, which probably doesn't show in the video, but it's actually quite good, and it's quite a bright display as well. It doesn't do too good in daylight, in bright daylight, unfortunately, but for most users, I'd say it'd be quite good. It's still as bright, certainly as bright as a standard laptop, but I would say not as bright as some of the newer laptops these days, and certainly not as bright as some of the newer Samsung phones that are out at the moment as well. But certainly more than enough. And you can actually choose a brighter version of this tablet, which only has a 1080p resolution, but goes much brighter. I'm not sure on the exact nits, but I think it goes up to about 700 nits or so if you get the 1080p version. But I went for the 4K 3K version. The reason the resolution is a little bit odd, 3000 by 2000, is because it's not a 16 by 9 aspect ratio panel. It's actually slightly different, slightly taller. I believe it's closer to 16:10 aspect ratio. But overall, it's been a really really quite a good tablet for work, and quite a good tablet for entertainment as well. Just looking at the tablet itself here, you can see that it's actually really thin. It's quite a thin tablet, and when you see it looking up on the standing up on the desk like this, it's got a nice looking hinge at the back as well. So one of the reasons why I decided to make this video is because I've actually found no reviews online for this tablet at all. It seems to be quite a I guess more like an unpopular tablet that not many people know about, because it's from HP's Elite lineup, which is mainly exclusive to business users, and that's why I think a lot of people don't know about it. So the hinge is quite good. It can go down to an angle like this here, which is quite good for writing with the pen. Writing with the pen is fairly good, but it's not something that I would sort of do every day. So most of the time I just leave the pen attached to the side there like that. So this tablet has volume buttons on the left and right, which is just there, volume up and down. Standard headphone jack there, always good. The keyboard connector on the bottom. And on the right side, it has 3 USB-C ports, 2 of which are Thunderbolt 3 compatible as well. On the back, this particular version is the spec'd up version, so it has a fingerprint reader as well. This one is the i7 with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig SSD. So it is the spec'd up version of the tablet. I'll just pop the keyboard back on so I can show you guys a few things to do with the keyboard. So the keyboard has a couple of different positions. I prefer to use it flat down on the desk like this, because it gives more of like a solid laptop feeling. However, you can also pop it up like this and attach it like that, which gives the keyboard a little bit more of an angle, and then it's still fairly solid, but kind of bounces around a little bit when you touch the keys, but still very solid. As I said before, it's a metal design, and looks quite good when you close it as well. With the back of the keyboard here has a leather HP logo on it, and it's all grey leather on the back there, which is really nice. So another thing I just wanted to show you guys with this tablet is it actually works quite well in portrait mode as well, and it's sort of similar in shape to an A4 piece of paper. So if you bring it up like this, it'll change the rotation to appear like this, and then what you can actually do is just have it down on the desk like this. And then you can use it. You can use it as a writing tablet. It actually works quite well in this mode. Or if you're reviewing a document, documents also look quite good in this mode, because it fills the screen a fair bit more. So I'll just put the pen over here. So you can see that you can almost basically get an entire A4 page on the screen, especially if you go into full screen mode as well. It actually looks quite good to preview a document and just be reading a document full size at the full 3000 by 2000 resolution. Bang & Olufsen speakers sound quite good. Possibly not quite as good as the iPad Pro, but certainly they do pack a punch, and they've probably got a fair bit more bass than I was expecting, and they sound a fair bit better than my phone speakers as well, which is fairly impressive as far as the tablet goes. I'm a little bit sad that HP hasn't refreshed this line to include the new 10th generation Intel processors, but they may be doing something slightly different this year, or moving away to go for more of an ARM processor. But in general, the 8th gen i7 goes all right. Sometimes it's a little bit sluggish, but it is a very thin, very thin laptop. Sometimes the fan comes on, sometimes it doesn't. So I expect it's doing a fair bit of thermal throttling there as well. But overall, it's been quite a good device. It's you'll probably notice if you have a look on the HP website, these are actually very expensive. It cost about 3,000 Australian dollars when the Surface Pro 7 launched for about 2,000 Australian dollars. So it's a lot more expensive than the Surface Pro, and the only real additional thing that it offered is the slim bezels, which Microsoft seems to have fixed with their Surface Pro X, albeit that is a ARM-based tablet, so that's something completely different kettle of fish. And the only other thing that that Microsoft didn't offer is Microsoft wasn't offering LTE or 4G. So I've got a 4G SIM card, like a spare SIM card that I wanted to put in here. So that's how I've been operating lately, just off the spare SIM card when I'm not in Wi-Fi, not in a Wi-Fi area. But they were just the two things that Microsoft wasn't quite offering. But I'd say that this tablet, in comparison to a Microsoft one, is certainly packs quite a punch, although you do have to deal with the price. The only other thing I'll mention is battery life. So battery life's been a little bit poor, to be honest. And this tablet, I can get probably maxes out at about 3 hours usage time when I'm using it for work purposes. So if I'm in Word or Excel or browsing the internet, it lasts for about 3 hours, which is a little bit disappointing, to be honest, because the specs on this said that it should last between 8 to 10 hours. Now, I have found on video usage, it actually does last a lot longer. I expect it actually does last up to about 8 hours when watching a video. When I took a flight the other day, I downloaded some Netflix on the Windows 10 app here, and I was watching videos for about 4 hours, and I only used about half the battery. So by that metric, I'd expect it to last a full 8 hours if watching video, which lives up to HP specifications on this. But unfortunately for real world usage, like my actual work, which is what I bought this device for, it certainly doesn't live up to expectations, and unfortunately, the battery dies in about 3 hours, and that 3 hours is on battery saving mode down here. So if I have it running, I need to have it running on battery saving mode to actually get the full 3 hours, and that actually completely limits the processing speed, and you can really tell that it's limited. So it's actually a slow 3 hours of battery life. So not very impressed with the battery, unfortunately, but everything else about this tablet has actually been fantastic. So I guess kudos to HP for the rest of it, but I feel like they perhaps were trying to make it as thin as they possibly could, and unfortunately have skimped on the battery here. So it's got a fairly standard front camera, fairly standard rear camera as well. Probably nothing to write home about. But I do like I must say I do like the back of the laptop. It's all metal, and it does feel quite hefty, but it feels quality. It certainly feels like a quality tablet in your hand, especially when you fold it up with the included keyboard. It just makes for a really quite a solid feeling tablet. But anyway, that's my review of the HP Elite X2 G4. I'll be posting this shortly online. Let me know in the comments if you think I should have done anything differently for this first product review. I may have other products that I'll be purchasing in the future. Perhaps the new version of this tablet if HP makes a new version. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.